Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down and nitty gritty under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very, very, very important. And not important to liberals, libertars, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. So if you believe in God, you're religious, you're sensitive, you're stick in the mud, you know. I don't need your kind around here, folks. Alright? So usually 9 times out of 10, people who are religious are very sensitive about their religion and they lack critical thinking skills. So instead of believing as God as themselves, they think of an externalism, even though there's no evidence for any God, only the individuals in front of them. Everything is a God to me. Okay. Now you may have your own philosophy, and don't get me wrong, religion is a great evil for a greater good, but who's going to tell me about common sense when I have all of the common sense within myself? All knowledge comes from the self, is pure. Anything that's researched can be done better through anecdotal research. But of course, enough of my chattering box. Of course, if you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast, you put it down below. This is a response video. Let us listen and let us respond as she talks. Okay, all right? Let's go.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another midweek video. Today I will be looking at something that all narcissists will do when a relationship ends. And
well, basically you can't say all. That's a liberal construct, a person who's very closed-minded. So when she said all, then she's not really on the right role when it comes to psychology. All right, let's continue.
How they actually planned for it since the early stages of the relationship.
As a matter of fact, you can't say all narcissists plan for anything. All right, there's a lot of women who are narcissists and they don't plan for anything. Okay, so other than that, so you really can't say they all plan. Okay, the biggest narcissists in the world are women. So let's continue on again.
And this is regardless of whether you discard them or they discard you.
Okay.
As I always say, it doesn't matter who the narcissist is, whether it is a parent, sibling, friend, partner, boss, they all behave the same. I think we can agree.
And every time she says that they all behave the same, it is not true at all. All right? Okay, there's many variations of narcissists. Be careful. Gotta watch the word construct. Articulate your words a little bit better. You cannot say all. Just like all evil people aren't really bad. Okay? You can't say all.
That a relationship with a narcissist is a broken relationship, and most definitely a toxic one.
No, it's not always.
Some people can maneuver their way around the toxicity to make it somewhat workable, but many cannot. So those relationships usually end. Ending a relationship is never easy, especially after spending years, even decades with that person. And it can be even more jarring when it's a family member. But letting go is sometimes the only way to move forward. And this is especially true when dealing with narcissists. There is power in...
Let me tell you, when I hear a woman talk about a narcissist, she doesn't understand statistics. As soon as I hear the word narcissist come from, I said, do you know women are the biggest narcissists? So you need proof of this? Yeah, and then she won't even ask that question. She won't even want the proof at all. Because if I give her like 10 reasons why women are bigger narcissists than men, then she'll probably be like, oh no, that's not true, and become a feminist, an evil feminist. Just like all feminists aren't evil, okay? And I keep telling her, okay, but of course, who am I to blame? Okay, I'm not to blame when I just got the research and facts, okay? But of course, I'm ignorant and I don't know what I'm talking about. So let's continue.
Walking away. There is a newfound strength when we are able to finally...
Another thing too, I feel that this woman, when any woman talks like this, okay, she's been hurt by a fuckboy or some guy she hasn't really totally analyzed, okay, or probably didn't hear his side of the story. You know, it's always one-sided. When you go to courts and family courts, it's always one-sided. There's only one side of the story. Always remember that what James Brown said is always a woman in the house that's causing the relationship. 70% of divorces end because of women. All right, so that's one reason why women are narcissists. All right, let's continue on.
Turn our backs on those people who have been hurting us or just breaking us down. Narcissists, of course, have a way of trying to make people dependent on them, or even just think that they need them so that they can stay in their lives. But this is just manipulation, and it's important that
manipulation could be either good or bad. You know, a lot of people get that word mixed up. Okay, if you're clever about something, your boss is clever. Okay, a man who builds a construction site is clever. Okay, a person who knows his applied math sciences is clever. Okay, you know, driving a car, manipulating a car is clever. Okay, you know, but let's continue.
Anyone in that position, see it for what it is. A relationship can end for many reasons, but when it's a normal relationship...
You see, she said a relationship can end for many reasons, but she just said all narcissists are the same. And you see how that contradicts herself? You can't say that. You cannot say all. In a civil debate, you can't say all. All right, okay. What's the matter, Zaza? What's that noise? My daughter is here, okay, acting.
Both parties are usually willing to own up and be accountable for the role they played in the relationship coming to an end.
And women are usually not held accountable in the relationship. So, as I said, that's another point. Relationships with women are usually not held accountable. Okay.
And this is where relationships with narcissists are different, because when a relationship ends with a narcissist, they are never at fault. So what will all narcissists do when a relationship ends? They will blame the other person for the relationship falling apart. Even if they try and appear reasonable and accept a small percentage, the onus will be on the other person.
Or it could be a man who's standing up for himself, because usually in the relationship, accountability is not focused on a woman. It's focused on a man. So when you hear a woman speak about a narcissist, okay, that's a person who's probably very disciplined and they ain't gonna play no games. But a woman will never be accountable, especially if she goes to court first. This is why I teach guys to always make the first move and always be upfront and honest, okay? Because if you're honest and upfront, you're not a narcissist. All right, let's continue.
This is always the case, whether the narcissist discarded you or you discarded them. The other person is to blame, but never the narcissist. The other person made things unbearable, and that is why the narcissist had to discard them, or the other person was crazy.
You know what I say? In my relationship with my wife, who is from Ethiopia, I always blame myself all of the time. So I'm a different type of narcissist. It's all my fault. See, I'm using psychology, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, it's all my fault for bringing her, even though I knew that she was going to do certain things. See, I still blame myself. What type of narcissist is that? A narcissist who blamed himself? Whoop-de-whoop-de-doo!
And selfish, and that is why they discarded the narcissist. The narrative is always the same. For some strange reason, the narcissist is the one who keeps ending up with partners or people who are not right or mentally unstable.
That's not always true. Now, there are some narcissists out there, mainly predominantly women, who take advantage of beta males out there. So you're talking about them, right? Okay. Yeah, she's probably talking about her past and shit when she's making this video. Okay, let's continue.
The narcissist is the good guy or the helpless victim.
Not all narcissists are good people. Repeat after me. Not all evil people are bad people. You must say that in this reality and in this world. You cannot say all. All right, let's continue.
who can't find someone to love them the way they deserve. If you meet someone like this who blames all their exes for the relationship ending, that is a big red flag. In the mind of a narcissist, a relationship ending means someone is at fault and they are determined that it will not be them, even if it is. This is why...
So, how about this? Truly intellectual narcissists will not blame the other person. They will blame themselves. Then who's at fault? If you find all of the evidence, red flags is pointing towards the other way. I ain't saying shit, okay? I let my mojo do the magic. I ain't saying shit. That's all my fault, okay? And you gonna still blame me? I don't care. It's called validation. Real narcissists don't need validation because they got the validation here. It's not like all they do is think about themselves, but they have to protect themselves in a way to where there are people out there who may be out to get them. Okay, all right. And then there's those other type of bad narcissists who don't give a fuck and they just want to hurt your feelings because they can, not because of spite, because it's fun. All right. Okay. There's many types of narcissists. Please be careful of how you speak about narcissist people. Lots of people don't even understand what the term narcissist means. Your boss. A lot of people see a boss or a leader a narcissist or some shit, and that's not always true. Let's continue.
Narcissists slander their partners so that if the relationship ever ends, they have covered their backsides. Their story is already in place so that no one would ever look at them as the bad guy. What is annoying is when the narcissist actually ends up staying with their partner for decades, but have been slandering them ruthlessly for years. The people who were believing the narcissist's lies about this other person end up viewing the narcissist as a saint for being such a patient person, for enduring with their so-called toxic partner, child, friend, whoever it is, for so long. What is certain is that whether the narcissist is a man or a woman, they are always the victim in their relationships.
Not always.
When a relationship ends with a narcissist, all the narcissist is concerned about is appearing blameless. A failed relationship can never be their fault, as they try to convince themselves and others that they are the ones who gave their all to the relationship. So it is always the other person's fault. It's the other person who doesn't value commitment or family. It's the other person who is crazy and selfish. But they, the narcissist, is innocent. Narcissists tell lies to get into relationships, and they...
Like we say this time and time again, not all narcissists need to lie. Be careful. Alright, now I've been called narcissist many times. I say, what type of narcissist? I usually ask them, you're an evil psychopathic narcissist. I'm like, what makes you think? How do you know me to call me that? Very liberal, far left people love to be biased upon this subject. Because you don't know me. How are you going to call me? I sound like I'm condescending to you, but to each his own. I'm just the boss. That's the way I talk. Yada, yada, you shouldn't, don't tell me how to think. All right, let's continue.
Tell lies to get out of relationships. And it's interesting how they enter relationships as saviors, wanting to help us, love us, and cherish us, but then leave as the victim.
No, that's not true.
But this is why narcissists are not known to change their ways, because they are too busy trying to pin the blame on everyone else instead of looking in the mirror and seeing themselves for what they really are. Okay, that's it for today. Many thanks for listening.
Now, I look in the mirror and I say, I love you. And then I look back at myself and I say, I love you. Who the hell you think you are? I hope you love this video, guys. So now you know what a narcissist is. It's many variations of narcissists. Your boss could be a narcissist, okay? Leadership, okay? You know, people who have psychopathy, okay? It's a whole list of different types. So be careful. There's the good, and then there's the bad. Just like there's good guys who are basically vigilantes, like Batman, okay? You know, but other than that, you know, y'all have a nice day. Even America, you know, the government has to use military force in order to make sure we can keep ourselves protected. Sometimes they have to be aggressive, okay? And a war may break out. Alright, so you gotta make sure you be careful what type of narcissist you're talking about. It's not exposing them, it's understanding what their purpose is. And a lot of women who get hurt, they turn into feminists. And they start talking like this woman on here. I say, oh, nice. She sounds like she's been hurt pretty bad. I don't hate women hustle. I don't hate men's hustle. It's okay, but that's just how it is. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast, you put it down below. I'm your friendly neighborhood Schizo-Logist. And you have a nice day. And don't be a hoe. Okay? Peace.